Only press it once. If you press it a second time, your hand will go back down. If you're on the phone, it is *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. Please be on the lookout for prompts asking you to confirm unmuting once the co-chair or the chair calls on you. The chat is for technical support only to help with Zoom software problems, not to ask questions of the chair. They won't see these chats. If you have an older version of Zoom, you will need to go to the participant section where you'll find the raise hand feature there. Please do not raise your actual hand or wave at the screen because we may not be able to see you. Chat me, I'm here for support.
Okay, thank you so much. Since I do not have with me the calendar, I'm going to ask Mark to read the first applicant. Can you read the first applicant, please, Mark? Oh, Robert, I'm sorry.
Sure. Give me 1 second, Marco. Let me pull it up. For 1018 Lex DBA Grace Deli and Cafe. If the representative is here, please raise your hand. Ellen, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you because I see you there.
Hi. My name is Ellen, working at ABC License, representing 1018 Lex INC. Their DBA name is Grace Deli and Cafe. They recently opened last month. It was previously owned by Alex Cafe and Deli for well over 10 years. The same owner as the Hunter Deli down the block at 966 Lexington Avenue will be operating. He plans to operate 7 days a week, open up 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. On Saturday, it's 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. I'm not sure whether it's going to be 4 p.m. closure or 5 p.m. closure. And on Sunday, 7 a.m. to 4 a.m. 4 p.m. And a total of 7 tables, 22 seats right by the entrance. And as you walk by, and then you'll see the cashier, and then the deli, the hot food, cold food salad, and the soda coolers all lined up on the left side. The restroom is at the back, adjacent to the kitchen. It's a deli. It's a mostly takeout deli. They'll be operating. He doesn't plan to have a lot of diners drink inside, but there's some customers who want to drink their beer once in a while in the summertime. This is the only reason, instead of a takeout grocery beer, we're applying for an eating place beer, because he has some seatings and he doesn't want to jeopardize and he doesn't want troubles. Any questions?
Is that your presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
I did it wrong? I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. You did fine. Now, what we're gonna do is next, I'm gonna ask if anybody from the public want to comment on this application. Let's go give a couple of seconds to see if maybe somebody raised the hand. Comment in this application.
Schneider.
I'm sorry.
I thought Mr. Schneider raised his hand. No, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. So since nobody else commented in this application, I would like to ask the board members to have any questions or concerns or anything at all. Anybody else from the community board? Well, we have right now. Let's go start with Edison. Can you allow Edison to speak, please?
Thank you, Marco. I'd like to make a resolution to approve.
Okay, Barbara second. Bill Angelos too. Oh, thank you. Okay. We have a motion. Is anybody want to put anybody want to call the question? Any board members? Oh, okay, I'm going to call the question. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help. Okay, so now, Robert, can you call the roll, please?
Sure. So I see Marco Tamayo present, Addison Lev, Barbara Rudder, Bill Angelos, Evan Myerson, Casey Lally, Robin, and Judy Schneider.
Okay. Just give a couple of seconds if anybody gonna say something. Oh, Russell. Welcome, Russell. Can you allow to speak, Russell, please?
Thank you. Yeah, I apologize for being late. So I'm going to sit this vote out, but I'm here for the next few.
Oh, okay. Good. By the way, Russell, would you like to continue with this session, or you want me? I had to continue with the session because Abraham, I think, is running late.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so since nobody raised their hand, the motion passed. How many were? 7 or 8? 8-0.
Yep, eight by my count.
Yes. Thank you so much. Can you call the second applicant, please?
Thank you.
Sure, the second applicant is Pizza 78 LLC.
Is anybody from Pizza LLC?
Give me 1 second, Marco. I see the representative here.
Okay.
Kathleen, be on the lookout for a prompt.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Kathleen, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. Please, can you present the application?
Sure, absolutely. So this is located at 1477 York Avenue. It's a pizzeria. You probably best know it as Salvo's Pizzeria. It's been there for about 10 years. Well, the Inzarellos, who are the boys that own Salvo's, they have now sold the pizzeria to Amir, who I don't know if he's here. He said he was going to try and join, but I don't think he's on yet. But Amir Kami is the new owner of it. It's going to still be called Salvo's. Everything is staying the same. The hours are going to be the same. It's going to be open from 11 to 10 and 11 to 11, maybe on the weekends. There is 8 tables. There's 24 seats. There's 2 stools. Outside, they do have a cafe during the warm weather. I think there's 16 seats on that. That's how it was licensed back when Department of Consumer Affairs was licensing them. It's 80% food, 20% drink, and everything else really is the same. It's a restaurant wine license, which is the same as what the Inzarellos had at Salvo. So everything is really staying the same. So if anybody wants to ask me any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Thank you, Kathleen, for your presentation. You're very clear in this one. We know the application very well. And this restaurant has been, this pizza place has been for a while. And well, now I would like to call the public if anybody want to make any comments about this application. Okay. Going once, going twice. So now let's go to the community board member now. Russell, please. Can you unmute Russell, please?
Motion to approve.
Is anybody can second? Okay, Addison second. Okay. Okay. Addison, would you like to speak or you just want a second? Okay, so Mrs. Brown.
Oh, I was
Can
going to
you-
call the question, but Mrs. Brown can go first.
No. Let's go give a chance to speak, Mrs. Brown, please. Thank you.
Say motion to approve, so call the question, please.
Oh, you called the question. Okay, so the question has been called. Now, please, Robert, can you call all the roll?
Sure, just 1 second, Marco. So by my count, Marco Tamayo, Addison Lev, Barbara Rudder, Bill Angelos, Evan Myerson, Casey Lally, Robin Sagerson, Judy Schneider, Russell Squire, Mrs. Brown, and we've been joined by Kaz as well.
Hey,
Mr.
Kath.
Cos,
And we also have Lindsay, who just joined us as well.
okay. Well, is anybody against, oppose this application? Raise your hand. Once, twice, 3 times. Okay, the application passed. And what is the counting? It's 9, 10?
I have 12 by my count. I can
Okay.
run through it again if you want me to.
No, it's okay, please. 12. That's they think is fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Okay,
Kathleen.
thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so let's go call the third application, please, Robert.
Sure. The third application is Eli AAS Group LLC, 1436 Lexington Avenue. And there's a
Okay.
hand up from Michael James, the representative.
Okay, Michael, please, can you present the application to the public and to the community board? Thank
Sure.
you.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Michael James, I'm representing Elias Group 1 LLC. It's located at 1436 Lexington Avenue. It's a beer and wine license. It's Parvez Elias. He's the sole owner. He also owns Bread and Wine, which is directly across the street, and Bonjour Crepes and Wine, which is on the corner as well. So it's 3 restaurants in close proximity. He's been in this neighborhood for quite some time. Opened up ESM Group, Bread and Wine in 2019. It will be 60-40, 60% food, 40% drinks. Not a large footprint as far as the store, as far as the restaurant. There was a Greek restaurant there a few years ago. The space has been closed for a while, and so he's looking to open back up with a cafe style menu, which he's normally doing in Bread and Wine and with Bonjour and Crepes. Hours are 8 a.m. to 11, Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m., Friday and Saturday, and Sunday as well. I will entertain any questions you have about the operation or the owner at this time.
Thank you, Michael, for the presentation. Is anybody from the public that would like to comment on this application? Going once, going twice. Okay, let's go to the community board members. Cause.
Yeah, I'm going to vote no on this application because with knowing the applicant and what's been going on before with these prior applications, I'm going to vote no.
Okay. Bill Angelos, you're next.
I will let you know the restaurant is in ADA compliance.
Michael, can you answer the question, please?
Yeah, so he plans to do construction to make it ADA compliant. That's a part of the plan.
Okay.
So we can put in the stipulation that they will be in compliance with ADA. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, is anybody can put a motion?
I would like to put a motion to approve.
Okay, the motion is to approve. Is anybody can second that motion? Okay, Russell put the motion. Now, Mrs. Brown, can you call the question, or would you like to call the question?
Call the question, please.
Okay, so the question has been called. Now, is anybody is in favor, against, oppose? Raise your hand. Okay, cause. Is anybody else? Once, twice, 3. The motion carried, and we have 11 in favor and 1 against. Is that correct, Robert?
By my count, Marco, that's correct. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Michael, for coming.
Thank you. I'll still be around. I think we have
Okay.
one.
Okay, thank you. So, Robert, can you read the following application?
Sure. The following application, 1D, San Mateo Pizza, DB, Macta and Nemo Corp. DBA San Mateo Pizza.
Okay, is anybody from the pizza place?
Yes, my name is Martin Mailer. I'm the attorney for the applicant, and
Thank you
Raphael-
for coming, Martin.
Thank you for inviting us. Raphael Volpe, who is the nephew of the owner, is also on. If you have any questions for him, he can answer. But basically what is happening here, there's been a restaurant at the corner of 90th Street and 2nd Avenue known as San Mateo Pizzeria, and he lost his lease, and he's just moving a block down to open up the same operation he had for 15 years. It's an operation that's only open 4 p.m. till 11 p.m. Sunday, Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday. It's noon to 11 p.m. And Sunday, it's also noon to 11 p.m. There'll be 46 seats and 8 seats at the bar. And he, in addition to his pizza, which has gotten a lot of acclaim over the years, has a full menu of Italian fare. And we just literally like to move down the block.
Okay, is that your presentation, Martin?
Yes, that's basically.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, is anybody from the public that would like to make any comments on this application? Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, so let's go to the community board members. Edison.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this application as presented.
Okay, is anybody can second that application? The motion, I'm sorry. Oh, is anybody? Mrs. Brown, is that correct? You second? Oh.
I second.
Okay, so the motion has been second. So the motion is on the floor. Now, is anybody would like to call the question? Okay, Bill.
I'd like to call the question.
Okay, is anybody can second the motion? Okay, Barbara, thank you. So the motion has been called. Please call the question.
Do you mean the roll, Marco?
Yeah, the roll, yes, I'm sorry.
Sure. So by my count, we still have 12. Marco Tamayo, Addison Love, Barbara Rutter, Bill Angelos, Evan Myerson, Casey Lally, Robin Siglerson, Judy Schneider, Ross Esquire, Mrs. Brown, Kaz, and Lindsay Cormack.
Okay, is anybody in favor? Against? Nobody who cause? Going once, going twice. Okay, the motion carried.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you
so
for
much.
coming.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to the next application, which is, can you read the application, please, Robert?
Yep. The next application is going to be Milan Craft Corp. DBA pending, 1113 First Avenue.
Okay,
I see Sandra here.
Yes, can you open the mic for her? Sandra, can you present the application?
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Hunt. I'm representing 1113 First Avenue Milan Craft Corp. We currently don't have a DBA yet. It's still pending. So this is gonna be a brand new construction restaurant. There will be about 15 tables that we're proposing. And also there's gonna be 70% food, 30% drink. It's about 36 seating capacity at the tables, and there's gonna be 12 bar stools. So we currently have another location, which is Cecil Restaurant, and I have the owner present on the line, which his name is Ayrton Coastal. So he currently have a full liquor license down the block. It's on 60, between 62nd and 63rd Street in the First Avenue. So we're on the corner lot between 61st and 62nd, pretty much like a few doors down. Pretty much we want to follow the same type of casual environment that we have a Cecil restaurant, which is Mediterranean style. But this one, the second location that we're about to open, this is gonna be more like Asian fusion, Americanized food menu we would like to offer to the customers. And then the hour operation is gonna be from Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 12 midnight, except for Thursdays, we would like to open a little late until 1 a.m. And Friday, Saturday, we would like to offer brunch at 10:30 in the morning and close late at 1 a.m. And Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. a little earlier. So we're not doing any delivery services like from our own employees. We're gonna be using third-party companies like Uber Eats, Seamless, Grubhub, those type of companies for delivery services. Pretty much like we're gonna have pretty much the ground floor space and interior access to the basement. Pretty much it for the presentation.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Well, and now I would like to ask the public if would like to make any comments on this application. Going once, going twice. Okay, so let's go to the community board members. Mrs. Brown.
Thank you. First question, is it ADA compliant?
It is not at the moment.
Well, then I would ask that we have a stipulation that to approve with the stipulation that it will be ADA compliant prior to opening. And is there any outside seating or outside doors or windows?
Yeah, actually I'm not exactly sure. I see the outside there's a bell for the wheelchair, but I haven't deeply searched about the ADA. The outside there's a seating and doors can open the outside.
Okay. Well, if the doors are going to open to the outside, is there a backyard area?
No backyard area, just the front.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think it's important if there's doors that are outside that they be closed by 10 p.m. Are you going to have music?
At the moment, we will start without the music, without the live band or anything whatsoever. Since I am already in the location, first I want to see how my neighbors will like and how it will be. Then in the future, we might put the soft dinner music.
Well, then I'd like that to be included in the stipulation that there isn't going to be any music, but when you propose to have music, that you'll come back before the Street Life Committee.
I would like to do the soft jazz or dinner music.
Okay. Is it going to be soundproof?
Already soundproof ceiling, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I can support this application with the stipulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. Judy. Can you?
Yes, I have a few questions for the gentleman or for the lawyer. Is this group any relation to the former owners, One Lennox?
I am not personally. I don't know them.
Okay, and no one, you or anyone in your ownership has no relation?
No, the owner and I don't have any relation with the One Lennox. I never even been inside.
Okay.
Right.
I think that you maybe should check on the handicap and get back to the office maybe tomorrow, or at least before this becomes to the full board, because you have that big step in front that's not ADA. I don't remember when I was in there last that the bathrooms were ADA. So I think that's something you need to check and get back to the office so that the resolution could be fixed appropriately.
Right. If I may talk, I spoke to the owner, Earthin. Do you remember we talked about regarding the restrooms? So pretty much like since we're taking advantage, this is a brand new construction. As you might, I'm not sure if you might remember that you step into the main entrance. It's about 5 feet radius, but we definitely can include a ramp. That's it can be easily done. Like a small ramp to be included at the entrance. But regarding the restrooms, we were still planning to have like a ADA restroom, which is gonna be like almost 6 by 7. That's pretty much the square feet for ADA restroom.
Okay. Question for you. This doesn't say that you're applying for an outdoor use of
No.
The prior,
No, because the site was a little small. It's very narrow. So right now we are focusing on like try to open the restaurant by May at least before summer. Because right now we have not even applied for the health department permit yet. So maybe for perhaps like before the fall season starts, and hopefully we need to pass an health department inspection in order to get the authorization for outdoor dining. But we're not so sure yet whether or not we're gonna use the sidewalk. It's a little narrow. As we all know, it had to be 8-foot clearance for the clearance for people to walk around. We're not sure.
yes, right. Okay, so you'll come back to us with that if you decide to. Then one other thing you said in the beginning, and maybe I totally didn't understand you. You said that this owner had another restaurant.
Yes,
on the block.
Yeah, it's a few doors up. And yes, it's between 62nd, 63rd. It's called Seasalt. So he currently have a hard liquor license.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Same
we
owner?
came to you. Yeah, same owner. We came to you last year.
Oh, no, they're terrific. Their food is great. It's a good restaurant to have in the area. I don't think I've ever seen you, sir, at the restaurant, but it's really good. I didn't hear you. I didn't understand the name of the restaurant when you were talking. That's why I asked.
Right.
Couldn't imagine what you were talking about. I, for one, would be in support of this.
I would love to bring in neighborhood another restaurant, the more Asian fusion, more Asian foods, the infusion with the American items, and I see it will be good another addition to neighborhood. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I happen to personally, because I'm a senior citizen, be very fond of Chinese restaurants, and we don't have any in this area anymore. Will you have any Chinese dishes on your menu?
I have a Korean chef, and I will get consultation from another Chinese chef. Not fully Chinese, but definitely we will put a couple Chinese items on the menu.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Can you allow Cos to speak? Can you open the mic for Cos, please?
Yeah, I'm looking at the photo of the front. It would be better if it was further away, but looking at the front door, it looks like about 2 or 3 inches step. Is that so?
Sorry, is that a question?
Yes.
Yes.
What was the question again?
I'm looking at the photo that you sent in. That step is, how tall is that step? It looks like about what, 2 or 3 inches, 4 inches? Do you know?
So I haven't noticed it, but it wasn't that high. It was less than 6 inches.
Okay, so putting in a small portable ramp for to be ADA compliant, there would be fine.
Right. Well, we're gonna tell the contractor to add the ramp.
There's also another entrance on the side, so we can get access from the side door as well, same level as sidewalk.
Okay, so you are ADA compliant.
Yeah, we have another side door, the street level, like the sidewalk level. We definitely, I think that's why they put previous owner, they put the bell over there, and it's like wheelchair sign. I think once they hit the bell, they open the other door in the back. I mean, on the side, I guess.
Okay. I see there's a pigeon coming in. Are you going to let it in?
I'm sorry?
I see there's a pigeon waiting to come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cos. Okay, Mrs. Brown.
Yes, motion to approve with the stated stipulations.
Okay, so before you move in that direction, I would like to read the stipulations if the applicant is in agreement with these stipulations. So the restaurant, the venue has to be ADA compliance. It has to the doors has to be closed by 10 p.m. I'm sorry. It has to have only a soft jazz music. and they have to maintain a clearance on the sidewalk. Is missing any other stipulation? Are we in agreement with that? The attorney, Ms. Sandra, are you in agreement with this stipulation?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so now the motion is in place. I need a second for that motion. Is anybody can second that motion? Okay, Judy Schneider, second. Now, well, is anybody can call the question? Oh, Bill, thank you. Is anybody can second that motion? I don't see it. Oh, thank you, Casey. So the question has been called. Please call the roll, Robert. With
Sure.
the
So,
stipulations.
Marco Tamayo, Addison Love, Barbara Rutter, Bill Angelos, Evan Meyerson, Casey Lally, Robin Seligerson, Judy Schneider, Russell Squire, Mrs. Brown Kaz, and Lindsay Cormack.
Is anybody in favor, against? Going once, going twice. Okay, the motion carried. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Robert, can you read the following application?
Sure, the following application, Legends Boathouse, LLC.
Oh, thank you, Richard, for coming. Can you open the mic for him, please?
Yep, Richard, be on the lookout.
Yeah,
for
Richard, can you do the presentation for the community board? Thank you.
Oh, certainly. Thanks for having us. My name is Richard Porteous. I'm the Vice President of the Eastern Region for Legends Hospitality. Also joined by Karen Monteros, who's on the meeting with us as well, who's our attorney. And we are, as our application states, we are plan to be operating Low Boathouse. And we're really excited about this project. Really, we operate multiple venues within and around New York City. We plan to open the boathouse in spring and summer in a phased approach in terms of the cafe and the restaurant. But we will be open in terms of hours of operation. We will be open from 9 to 9 daily throughout. And, like I said, we're very excited to have this. We are, at least initially, we are planning some renovations and some enhancements and restorations to the space to really bring it back to where it's been and what it really deserves.
Is that your presentation?
Yes, sir.
One quick question. Is that in the Central Park?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
At 72nd Street, just slightly north of 72nd Street.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Is anybody from the public that would like to make any comments on this application? Going once, going twice. Okay, Barbara, can you allow to speak, Barbara, please, Robert?
Okay, thanks. Well,
You're
I'm
welcome.
very excited that you're coming. A couple of questions, and Judy should be asking this question as chair of the Parks Committee. Will you be coming in front of the Parks Committee will you be making changes on the outside or just the inside of the building?
Primarily just the inside.
Okay, so it won't be a landmark issue?
No, if we've had discussion, we're having discussions with Parks Department. We understand their process. Should we need to make those changes? So we're aware of it.
So basically, it will be the same as it's been for the most part, or you're
from the exterior and the footprint, correct?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to be there. I love that restaurant.
Thank you, Barbara. Okay, Addison.
I was going to make a motion to approve as presented. So if there's a second.
Okay, is anybody can second the motion?
I see Bill and Barbara.
Bill, are you second the question? Yes. Okay, the question has been second. Okay, now, course.
Is this going to be the same footprint as exists now?
Yes,
And it'll be the same named Low Boathouse?
working through that, most likely, yes.
Okay. Are you also going to have the boats?
Yes, we are.
Okay. And what are some of the other places you have? You mentioned that you have many in New York City
Yeah.
or somewhere. Can you mention some?
Sure.
Are you at Yankee Stadium?
We operate food and beverage and merchandise at Yankee Stadium. Just west of Loeb, we operate the food and beverage for Circle Line Cruises. We have Intrepid. We do the day-to-day dining there in terms of the cafe. And then further downtown, we operate One World Observatory. We operate the top 3 floors of One World Trade Center from a restaurant, ticketing, and a catering event space. And then we have a beer garden that's right outside One World Trade Center as well. So from a food and beverage standpoint, in terms of Manhattan, we also have retail locations throughout Manhattan as well.
Okay, so we're well covered there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cos. Mrs. Brown.
Thank you, Marco.
You're welcome.
With regard to the interior renovations, you're going to make these lavatories ADA compliant? And if so, how many handicap stalls are you going to have?
The interior at this point, from our understanding, is ADA compliant.
Okay. And how many handicap stalls are there? Do you have any idea?
I can check and let you know. I forgot the exact number, but I think it's in the plan. I'll let you know, or I'll let the committee know.
Thank you.
If there's any other questions, I can look that up.
Your previous businesses, were there any violations? And if so, how many, and were they cured?
In terms of Legends?
Yes.
No, I mean, and Karen, maybe you can speak to this in terms of, Karen is our attorney in terms of liquor licensing throughout Legends, so she can certainly speak to that.
We had actually only one violation about, and I'm guessing at this one about 7 or 8 years ago, which wasn't really a technical violation, was an administrative violation. We forgot to turn in our 30-day notice on a timely basis and had to get a waiver. So that was the only violation that we have had in Manhattan.
Okay. Well, thank you. I can support, this application, Marco, and I would motion to approve.
Okay, so anybody can second. Oh, Bill, are you second the question? Yes. Okay, the second is on the floor to approve this application. Just before I go into Barbara, Judy, I'm sorry. Are you planning to file in the Department of Buildings this application for the renovation?
We're working through, like I said, most of it is going to be interior work. So footprint and structural is not going to be much to do. It's more cosmetic and some kitchen equipment, but obviously licensing for anything that needs to be done in terms of that.
But you still have the obligation to file in DOB.
Correct, yes.
Okay, if you file, okay, thank you. Okay, Judy.
To answer Barbara's question, no, Barbara, we don't, because it's in the park, we don't hear restaurants all come here to this committee. And if there were anything that would be heard, it would probably be a landmark issue. So that would go to landmarks. So that's not a parks issue. I did want to ask Richard, the prior owners were known for their wonderful crab cakes. Are you still going to be having wonderful crab cakes?
I don't want to go on the record to say we're going to have crab cakes, but I have to get our chef's blessing. But I'm guessing that there's going to be some version of crab cake on there.
I would hope so, because that's what the Low Boathouse is known for.
Known for. Yeah, in our research, we've seen that.
Okay, Russell.
Call the question.
Okay, there we have a couple of seconds. So the question has been called, and now I think is you have one stipulation. The stipulation is that you are planning to file in the Department of Buildings for any alteration or modification of the interior space. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, with that one, so now we can call the roll, please. Is anybody in favor, against? Robert?
Yep. So Marco Tamayo, Addison Lev, Barbara Rutter, Bill Angelos, Evan Myerson, Casey Lally, Robin Seligson, Judy Schneider, Russell Squire, Mrs. Brown, Kaz, and Lindsay Cormack for 12.
Okay, going once, going twice. The motion carried. Thank you so much, Richard, for coming. Can you call the following application?
Thank you.
Thank you. Robert, can you call the following applicant?
Sure. So the next applicant is 2A ESM Group 1415 LLC, DBA Bread and Wine.
Okay, Michael, again, thank you so much. Please do the presentation of this application.
Of course. Thank you again for having me. Good evening, everyone. This is ESM Group 1415, DBA Bread and Wine. It's located at 1415 Lexington Avenue. We first appeared before you in 2019 to apply for a beer and wine license, and now asking to have your approval to upgrade to a full liquor license. I know many of you may know the space. From what I understand, the soup is well liked. 60% food, 40% drinks will be the split on revenue. Hours are currently 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Friday to Sunday as well. Parvez Elias is the owner. He owns, as I said previously, Bonjour Crepes and Wine, and will open the new restaurant right down the block across the street as well. If there are any questions, I can answer.
Okay, that's your presentation. Is that correct, Michael?
Correct.
Thank you. Is anybody from the public would like to make any comments on this application? Going once, going twice. Okay, Cos.
Yeah, I'm going to vote no on this application based on my knowledge of the applicant and prior incorrect application forms that have been filled in.
Okay, thank you, Cos. Is anybody else from the community board or anybody else can make any comments? Judy. Thank you, Judy.
Move to approve.
Move to approve. Is anybody can second the motion? Okay, Bill. So the motion has been is in the floor. Now, any other comments or call the questions, Mrs. Brown?
Call the question, please.
The question has been called. Can you second the application? Well, I'm gonna second that part. Okay, Robert. Oh, Casey, thank you so much. Robert, please call the roll.
Sure. So same as last, 12 members of the board and the committee: Marco Tamayo, Addison Lev, Barbara Rutter, Bill Angelos, Evan Myerson, Casey Lally, Robin Seligson, Judy Schneider, Russell Squire, Mrs. Brown, and Lindsay Cormack.
Okay, is anybody in favor, against? Please let it know. Okay, Cos.
Voting no.
Okay, Cos said no. Is anybody else? Going once, going twice. Okay, the motion carried. What is is 12, 11 to 1?
11 to 1 by my count, Marco.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Robert. And thank you, Michael, for coming.
Thank you as well.
Can
Have a good evening. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay, can you call the following application?
Sure. So 3A, the Sherry Netherland Incorporated, DBA, the Sherry Netherland Hotel, 30-day waiver application.
Okay, is anybody representing that application? Can you see it, Robert? Anybody else?
Yep. If you give me 1 second, I see James Wanderstock and John Highland. You should both be seeing a prompt to confirm unmuting.
Yes.
Oh, John, thank you so much for coming. Can you present the issue right here, please? Thank you.
Yes, I'm one of the attorneys for the Sherry Netherland. We thank you for granting the waiver. They were inadvertently a few days late in sending in the renewal. The license expired at the end of the month and has now been issued. And again, we thank you for granting the waiver.
Thank you so much. Is anybody from the public would like to make any comments on this application? Going once, going twice. Okay, Judy.
Move to approve, even though it sounds pro forma.
Okay, thank you, Judy. Is anybody can second the motion? Okay, Bill, thank you so much. Okay, Mrs. Brown. Oh, I'm sorry, Bill, Mrs. Brown.
Call the question, please.
Okay, the question has been called. Please, Robert, call the roll. Thank you.
Sure. So for this application, Margaret Tamayo, Addison Love, Barbara Rudder, Bill Angelos, Evan Myerson, Casey Lally, Robin Seligson, Judy Schneider, Russell Squire, Mrs. Brown, Kaz, and Lindsay Cormack.
Thank you, Robert. Is anybody is in favor, against? Raise your hand. Going once, going twice. Okay, the motion carried. And thank you so much, John, for coming tonight.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Community Board.
We're very appreciative. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think that is the end or not? I'm right or wrong, Robert?
That are the applications that we've had for this
Okay.
meeting.
Now, let's go to new business and old business. Is anybody has something? Okay. Okay, Judy, please.
Move to adjourn.
Is anybody can second that motion? Okay, Mrs. Brown, thank you so much, and thank you for coming tonight to the community board. And thank you, Robert, for helping me in this process. Thank you, everybody. And good night.
Good night. Stay safe. See you next month.